always say, call me. Don't call me when the boat's tipped over and you're Mark Wahlberg and George Clooney in The Perfect Storm, and you're trying to suck the last ounce of oxygen while the boat's capsized and there's only 2 inches of air and the rest is water. How many of those calls do you get a week?
Unfortunately, that's what people do, right? They always wait till the end. They think that things are going to change. They don't know that there's answers, right?
Options.
So they think that there aren't any, so they don't seek them. I have this with IRS people all the time, and people seeking bankruptcy, people in foreclosure. I help people with foreclosures, and
yes.
Same thing. That they fall behind in their mortgage, and instead of taking some action and trying to change, they wait till there's a sale date.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to do something beforehand.
Hey, have you located that money fairy other than me that comes into our listeners' bank accounts and miraculously overnight drops $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 to pay off their debt and put them in a better spot?
The answer is almost never. I have seen it happen. Someone dies, one of their parents die or something, and all of a sudden they get some money, and I've seen that happen.
Then they get arrested a year later.
I always tell everybody, there's lots of programs for people that don't have anything. But if you have something,
yes,
I have a condo I own outright.
Yes,
not a lot of programs for you, right? Because you're the one that are paying everything. You have assets. That's what they're going to use to pay. I think I was telling you we were talking about Chapter 7 and Chapter 13
sure.
and the difference. So Chapter 7 in a nutshell is this. You're going to use all your assets to pay off your creditors, but you're going to protect all your future income because you're going to wipe out that debt. Give it with your assets. Chapter 13 is just the opposite. You protect your assets, but you're going to use your future income to pay off your creditors. So that's, if I own something, if I own a home outright, it's worth $200,000, $250,000,
right?
Well, if I file a bankruptcy on my own, and people do this because they don't understand the rules, what will happen? The trustee will take your house and sell it.
Right.
And they'll use the money and pay off your creditors. Anything more than that, you'll get it.
And you'll have to move, relocate.
You won't own the home anymore.
Right.
Right. So in a case like this, you can get into a Chapter 13, and that will help you improve your credit because you're not going to be behind anymore.
Correct.
Right. But you're going to pay everybody off. You're going to have to pay everybody 100% of what you owe because that's what they would do. The rule is you can do creditors could do no worse under a Chapter 13 than they could under a Chapter 7. So if I have assets, if they were going to take my assets and pay off my creditors 100%, then in Chapter 13 I have to pay off my creditors 100%. But in something like this, right, if it's, let's go to $30,000, put in some legal fees
sure.
and trustee fees and stuff like that, right?
Hold on, this couple has, so all in with the debt that they owe, and the legal fees, it will be $30,000. Just want to break it down for our listeners that they will owe $30,000. They have a home free and clear that's worth, let's say, $250,000. They have $4,000 coming in, and they're barely getting by. Well, they're not getting by. They've dwindled their IRA down to their last $5,000. They're done, so they have no extra money. So that's the setup. Go ahead and take it from there.
So if you file a Chapter 13, again, you'll have to pay 100%. Chapter 13s can go up to 5 years. That's 60 months.
Yep, $500 a month.
So divide the 30,000 what you owe by 60.
Yeah,
it's $500
a month.
So you'll pay $500 a month. They say, well, that's what they're paying now, but they're not paying it because they're falling behind.
They're
and they
late,
had some problem with
right?
They had some problems with their car, and so you can bundle the car in there too, and pay less on the car or more on the car. Depends.
Sure.
Generally, secured creditors get paid first in the Chapter 13. So the car would be paid first and then everybody else afterwards. But the good part about it, when you're paying credit card debt at $500, it's not going away.
Right, you're on a treadmill.
Yeah, it'll never go away. And so at least with the Chapter 13, it's going to go away. And in a case like this, right, you get into a Chapter 13, you start improving your credit right away because you're not behind anymore.
Yep.
And then David could swoop in a year, maybe 18 months, and help them apply for a new loan.